Now then, welcome to another one. Today we're sticking with the old camera thing, and I dug out an old Fujifilm let me just check the number, 4200 bridge camera. Now it's one of these cameras that's got a stupid tiny sensor in it, but an absolutely insane zoom. So this does a full frame equivalent of 24 to 500 mil. Probably never going to use half of that range for street, but you know, you've got it if you need it. On top of that, it's also a CCD sensor. So hopefully the images will look pretty good. Right, so this is what I was talking about this crazy zoom on this thing. I mean, just look at the state of that. Massive. Now this isn't by any means a fast lens, it's f3.1 to f5.9, so you're going to need good light for this thing. ISO performance on such a tiny sensor is going to be exactly how you would expect as well. So I have got this set to its base, which on this particular camera is 64. Got it in program mode, as I did with the Canon G10, and I'm just set the exposure compensation down by 1/3 of a stop, just to hopefully protect those highlights. Again, this doesn't shoot RAW, so I don't have that latitude in post, so I've got to get it right with the JPEGs. Well, that lens cap's got to come off. It's already getting on my nerves. Right, I don't know if you can see that dot over in the distance there. That is one of the flats, but it's got this real cool sort of cream and pink colour. In these bright conditions, it looks really cool. So I'm gonna make use of this zoom. I'm at about say 150 mil, and yeah, for me it doesn't look too bad. Now there's one thought I want to get down here, is there's a garage so far down at Max Autos, and it's got this like real cool old vintage looking sign, and it's got like a Father Christmas thing on the wall still. I'm like, right, I'm having that one. So we get across while we can, and yeah, this is the one I'm on about here, look. God, this EVF is terrible. The EVF on this camera is like looking at a TV from the 90s. What? No, I want this Father Christmas on this side. And do a wide shot as well. So as you would expect from a camera of this type, there's no bells and whistles, it's nothing fancy, but it's got that ridiculous zoom, and I think that's pretty much its only selling point. You don't have any of the Fujifilm simulations or any of that sort of stuff. It doesn't even shoot RAW. The EVF, like I already said, looks like a TV from the 90s, and the screen on the back is so dim, it's practically useless. But hopefully, fingers crossed, the pictures are all right. That was a cool picture. I hope it was a cool picture. Yep, that was a cool picture. Right, we've got a photo over there. Oh, come on. Autofocus on this thing is absolutely atrocious, by the way. God, it's so slow as well. There we go. Because it's so slow though, the autofocus was like catching him, sort of, and then there was like this weird delay, and then it took a picture once I'd started to move the camera, so like the first three were all out of focus. Museum's being uncovered. That looks nice. Well, it'd be rude not to get a photograph of it, wouldn't it? It's been covered in scaffolding and tarpaulin for God knows how long. Let's have a look then. Go right in. Alright, so where does this camera fit in? This lands pretty much squarely between the small compact cameras like the Canon G10 that I used in the last video and your interchangeable lens cameras like your mirrorless and your DSLRs and such. Functions very much like a compact with a small sensor and all that sort of stuff, but it has that large optical zoom. But the image quality is appalling. Now, I don't rate mobile phones in terms of image quality at all, but I think I would go out on a limb and say that they're probably going to be better than this. The only benefit this has over a phone is that optical zoom, that 24 to 500 optical zoom. That's literally the only benefit. But again, with that said, beyond a point on the zoom, everything was soft. It was mushy and basically rendered that zoom pointless. On top of that, the autofocus is shockingly slow on this thing. I did a video a little bit back with a Panasonic Lumix, I forget the number, it was a same sort of camera, bridge camera, flip out screen, blah, blah, blah. Image quality was far better, autofocus was far better, just everything pretty much was far better than this. This does have a couple of positives though, one of them being that extreme zoom, the second one being it just takes AA batteries. So if you do manage to source something like this for cheap, you don't have to worry about sourcing a battery and a native charger as well. You can just use AA batteries. I just picked up some rechargeables straight in there, no problem. Another thing is, this being a Fujifilm doesn't use the old XD picture cards, it uses a regular SD card. So again, very easy to get a hold of, very cheap, and you're good to go. So would I recommend this camera? No, not even a little bit. Honestly, if you're gonna get a camera like this, go for a Lumix. In my experience, they're just much more refined than this. And granted, these things are really old now, and you know, from an image quality point of view, your phone's probably better. Right, so you've seen all of the images as they came straight out of the camera, as I've edited them. Let me know in the comments what you thought, and I'll see you in the next one.